Iverson jewels.
Ooh, 40 bars. He's saying the wildest shit on here. You know what I mean? But the single came out and they were like, nah, you can't put this fucking album out. He was saying, like, he was talking like DMX or some shit. He was saying raw as shit. You know what I mean? This was like one step too far for the NBA. However, I can't say he actually had bars. You know what I mean?
Born June 7th, 1975, Georgetown alumni and Newport News native Allen "The Answer" Iverson is considered one of the most polarizing basketball players and cultural icons of all time. He was the first NBA player to really bring the hip-hop and rap culture to the league unapologetically. From his oversized baggy outfits to his massive jewelry collection, he definitely stood out for many reasons, good and bad. Aside from being on the court having controversy, like his famous practice rant.
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man.
AI, or Bubba Chuck as they called him, was about to shake the NBA up for the wrong reasons, at least to the NBA. But first, a little backstory on AI's reputation during that time in the NBA. Let's take a trip down memory lane.
Monday night, Jim's off. I'm Lisa Thomas-Laurie, and the big story on Action News is word from the Philadelphia DA's office that criminal charges will be filed against Allen Iverson. That decision follows an extensive investigation into an incident last week where Iverson allegedly forced his way into an apartment brandishing a gun. Action News reporter David Henry joins us live tonight outside the apartment complex in Cobbs Creek, where it reportedly all went down. David?
That's right, Lisa. And Philadelphia police now believe they have enough evidence to prove that Allen Iverson was armed with a gun when he allegedly burst into an apartment in this building and threatened the people inside. The police say he used the gun to invoke fear, terror, and compliance.
He didn't pull the gun out. He didn't fire the gun. He didn't put a gun to anybody's head.
But the police say Iverson made it clear to the occupants of the apartment that he was armed when he demanded to know where his wife was.
It was right here on the left side.
Charles Jones, who lives in the apartment with Iverson's cousin, says the gun was clearly visible tucked in Iverson's waistband, and he says he and the other young man in the apartment were afraid. The police say they'll file an arrest warrant tomorrow with about a dozen charges. They include simple and aggravated assault, recklessly endangering another person, felony firearms violations, burglary, criminal trespass, and unlawful restraint. Jones says he's not going forward with the case for any kind of fame or fortune.
It's not about no money. It's not about trying to blow up or trying to be on TV or trying to be. No, I'm an ordinary person.
And the police say they're treating Allen Iverson like an ordinary person. They say he's getting no special treatment and they're not under any pressure to do otherwise. Sources tell Action News the police will seek a search warrant for Iverson's home in Gladwin. They may not find the gun, but they apparently have other witnesses who say they've seen Iverson armed with a gun in the past. Police are also looking into other stops Iverson made last Wednesday when he was looking for his wife, Tawana. He made one stop at 9 p.m., came to the Cobbs Creek apartment around 2 a.m., and made another stop around 4 a.m. In the meantime, his wife and his cousin, Sean Bowman, were staying at the Marriott Hotel in Conshohocken. Bowman is the one who called police when he got a panicked call from his roommate, Charles Jones. Bowman is now refusing to cooperate with the investigation. Jones is cooperating.
I feel as though that a person should be held accountable for their actions.
And the police will take their arrest warrant to the district attorney's office tomorrow. It will then be up to Lynn Abraham to decide whether or not to approve it. If she does, Iverson's attorney will be contacted and arrangements will be made for him to turn himself in. Live in Cobbs Creek, I'm David Henry, Channel 6 Action News. Lisa?
Thank you, David. Well, Allen Iverson's past brushes with the law include a stint in prison. In 1993, he was 17 years old when he was involved in a brawl at a bowling alley in his hometown of Hampton, Virginia. He spent 4 months in jail before the governor of Virginia granted him clemency. In 1997, Iverson was a passenger in a car that was stopped for speeding in Virginia. Police found marijuana and a gun that belonged to Iverson in that car. He was given probation for those violations and suspended for 1 game by the NBA. The arrest happened just after he was named Rookie of the Year. Be sure to stay with Action News for continuing coverage of the Allen Iverson story and the charges that are about to be filed against him.
So around that time when he joined the NBA in 1996, Iverson had kind of garnered a rebellious reputation, I can say. In late 1999 and early 2000, Iverson also decided he wanted to jump into the rap game and play his hand at being an artist. Being from the Tidewater area of Virginia, the 757, there's a laundry list of homegrown talent from the same soil as AI. Names like The Clips, Missy Elliott, Pharrell Williams, the producer Timberland, and many more have trailblazed the music industry. At this time in the rap game, there were rising stars such as Eminem, Lil Wayne, Nelly, Snoop, Cameron, and Jay-Z, among many more. Stiff competition. But speaking of Jay-Z, we'll talk about Jay-Z and AI a little bit later. In early 2000, Allen Iverson released his promo single to heat the streets up and let the world know he was taking rap serious. He also revealed his stage name as Jewels, a ode to his love for his jewelry. He was also aligned with his childhood and neighborhood friends who went by the name Crew Thick, with other notable member Ty Gracie. The single shook the NBA and the sports community up like no other ball-playing rappers. At this time, you had Kobe rapping, Shaq rapping, even Chris Webber was rapping, surprisingly, who had a feature with Corrupt. Who would have guessed? Here's a rare DVD clip of AI and Ty Gracie promoting their label, their brand, Crew Thick. Let's check it out.
What's up? It's your boy Big Star, T-Raw for the streets. Y'all already know what it is.
Y'all already know what it is. Crew Thick Dynasty Raiders, ABK, it's official. Y'all hear it, VA Bounce.
They know how we do.
ABK Gangsters, a Snoop record. You know, it's crazy, man. It's going down real crazy right now. From VA to PA, it's ridiculous, man.
Bad news finest. It took a long time coming, but we here now. What?
Hey, what you got to say about this man in a few words or less, man? Is his rap skills and all that stuff, man?
It's VA finest. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. You know, he gonna change the whole game. You know, he gonna bring it from the hood to the hood.
The raw, explicit, and gritty street bars that AI spit on 40 bars were like a culture shock, especially the particular questionable lyrics about gays, women, blacks, and gun violence, with lyrics like, "Come to me with those blank tendencies and you'll be sleeping where the maggots be." What rhymes with maggots? He also said stuff like, "Get money, kill, and blank. I'm hitting anything and planning on using my riches." Just scaring the public, letting people know he'll put a hit on them. He also dropped an underground freestyle titled Big Tigger, in parentheses, Jay-Z diss, where it was speculated that he dissed Jay-Z and was coming for the rap crown.
The answer, do mad dirt. Won't hesitate to put in work. Verbal hair trigger, wet you up, nigga. Let's see your figures. Is this all you got in your little bank account? Entrepot, nigga, bounce. Come back with a much larger amount, and I'll still stop your bank and whatever you got in it. As soon as I win it, I spin it. In a Benz that's tinted. True baller, I fuck and you call her. I bust nuts and you spoiler. You know the game. Militant track lace. Fuck pretty. Put murder back in front of Mason. Let's blaze this place. An extra bar, do I go yard like Sammy? AI, Beth and Miami. G's in our pocket. Pulling out on these bitches like Tubbs and Crockett. When it's checked, yeah. Huddy be ready.
Soon after this, Iverson was then forced to issue an apology for the controversial lines from his song, 40 Bars. quote unquote, if individuals of the gay community and women of the world are offended by any of the material in my upcoming album, let the record show that I wish to extend a profound apology, Iverson stated. After issuing the apology, Iverson met on Tuesday the following week with a civil rights group and other critics of his album. He said afterwards that it was, quote unquote, a good meeting, but he refused to change his lyrics. At this time, he also used his shoe deal with Reebok to promote his rapping skills with such legendary commercials for his signature The Answer shoe featuring Jadakiss and another that literally just played the beats of 40 bars in the background. It put way more of a spotlight on him and his newfound dream of rapping. Let's take a look at both of them briefly.
Hey yo, part 2, AI and J Kiss presenting the A6 from the wrist. Could tell it's a straight switch. Now I'm the problem, and he's the answer. Soon as you try to guard up, you ain't got a chance to stop it. Any given time, he could pop it. The Reebok A6 is hot, go cop it.
For 2K3, I rock the A6, my new kicks. Take a few hits, it ain't nothing, I'm used to it. Trying to build a team, I'm the player you need. Hard like Willis Reed, top thief and score in the league.
There's no way to disguise your dream. Besides family, the only thing on his mind now is a ring. He got love for the game. His start was huge, and you seen him play hurt cause his heart is huge. 6 feet, 165, call ISO. Anytime he wanted, split your 5. Play to win, he don't play for stats. Brought the hood to the game, and they love him for the braids and tats.
Now, at this time, the album had provoked controversy over whether or not the NBA should fine or suspend Iverson. Later on that year, Iverson met with David Stern, rest in peace, the former NBA commissioner, and various civil rights leaders in October of 2000, ahead of the planned 2001 release of his album, and agreed to change some of the offensive lyrics. He also retitled the album Misunderstood and issued a boilerplate, I apologize if you were offended apology. Similar to the first apology where he refused to change his lyrics, this is what he stated the second time. If individuals of the gay community and women of the world are offended by any of the material in my upcoming album, let the record show that I wish to extend a profound apology, Iverson said. If a kid thinks that I promote violence by the lyrics of my songs, I beg them not to buy it or listen to it. I want kids to dream and develop new dreams. Now, I'm not sure about this or not, but this was something that I found funny about the whole total thing, as far as after they told him to change his lyrics and to switch his image up with his music, and he complied. It's like they was preparing to put out some weird Will Smith-esque, getting jiggy with it-esque song that got AI sounding like a complete cornball. And the song was also featuring his homeboy that you seen earlier, Ty Gracie. But listen to this shit and see, look how corny they was trying to make him.
I be the show, make a room, shaking it down. I be the nigga with a high profile. Everybody come on, we be the shakers with a crazy style. Showing everybody how to enjoy a crazy wild. One time rocking to the sound, chilling women everywhere. I be the big down, swinging the hospital, super chick.
Baby, come on, you better rock with me. I be the hot shot player from nowhere to my lane. I'm making everybody scream, making everybody dance. I'm the king of the swing.
And we be rocking his dead, cause we're the place, stopping top 10, shocking the world. Cause we're the
flow, shook his speed, make us rock in the city.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. That shit was so corny. I'm like, did they pay somebody? They didn't even sound like AI and Ty Gracie. I feel like they hired like some Milli Vanilli type niggas to make a commercial song, but that's besides the point. So after his last apology where he agreed to change his lyrics and he complied, David Stern issued a statement that's saying that he would not be fined or suspended. Why you think that happened? Because he complied, right? In October of 2001, the album was scraped. Iverson said he was burnt out on the controversy surrounding the album and no longer had the passion for recording music. Although in 2010, the album was eventually released, called Misunderstood, featuring Iverson on 4 tracks. It was deleted, then it was put back up. It's actually now available on YouTube. So in conclusion, I just want to say, look at the amount of controversy AI went through just trying to rap. Nowadays, most of your average basketball players rap. If not professionally, they do it as a hobby. You got your Damian Lillards, and you got a lot of people, you know what I mean? And they got bars. But back in those days, they was not having it, man. It was just tough, hard, and end up killing AI's dream. He could have actually been one of the biggest if you think about it. Look how all of them rap now. Kevin Durant spit bars. Everybody spit bars. I think he's a trailblazer, and for the sake of history, we're going to let that 40 bars play.
For the year 2G, the rap game changed for one name. Jules aim to slain anything on this plane. Remains are found when the best kept secret get heated. You went platinum with a ghostwriter, so in the game you won, you cheated. My slang bang when you need it. Man enough to pull a gun, be man enough to squeeze it. Damn if you don't believe it. Anything to do with millions, I'ma be with it. Hats off to the hardcore niggas, fuck the rest. For my guess, y'all useless, just talking music. Never mistake me for a fake MC, you got the wrong identity. Nigga, I'm CT. Get murdered in a second in first degree. Come at me with faggot tendencies, you be sleeping with a maggots be. Ain't nothing kinda used to beef actually, but when it's on, I raise first automatically. Won't catch me as a victim in a rap casualty. Dynasty Raiders hit VA in the summertime. 10 Bentleys in one line, gas in each hand, twin 4-5s in mine. Snipers hitting niggas long distance for a rape. Sons and daughters, one order, you be floating in water. Bad news, home of the Dynasty Raiders. One love to the old school niggas dead in jail that tried to raise us. Even the ones that tried to blaze us but couldn't even graze us. So them bitch ass niggas y'all killing don't amaze us. Y'all slopping, I'm spitting with a mouth full of rage.
Jules, representing bad news. Hey yo, my homie, set that shit.
Everybody stay fly, get money, killing, fuck bitches. I'm hitting anything in plain view for my riches. BA's finest, filling up ditches when niggas turn bitches. Dying for 0 digits, I'm a giant, y'all midgets. I know killers that kill for a fee that'll kill your ass for free. Believe me, how you wanna die fast or slowly? Fast as a roach and slow as a roly-poly. I bought your shit, it was weak, trashed it, now you owe me. All the hardcore niggas know me. I ain't knocking, I'm just gon' bust up in a motherfucker. Taking anything that's rightfully mine. Plus AK rifles and 9s. Physique crew thick designs with jewels that shine all the time. Ain't nothing sweet about this rate of mistake. I got niggas where you eat shit, sleep and beat your meat. Die reaching for heat, leave you leaking in the streets. Niggas screaming he was a good boy ever since he was born. But fuck it, he gone, life must go on. Niggas don't live that long. Put hoes in wigs when niggas think they hand strong. Got niggas hollering when Jules dead wrong on this song. This type of murder don't need no hook. Just 40 fucking bars from the mouth of a crook. Yo.